My parents were both singers and used to sing in amateur light operas and things, and my father's mother was a great singer, and also a lot of my father's brothers still sing, and my father and my Uncle Rory used to sing like Everly Brothers songs together in harmony and all. My Uncle Rory has an amazing voice. I don't know why he didn't go into the business, but I guess they were trying to make a living basically, and it was nerve-wracking in those days, but my father would have loved to be a singer as well, I think. And then really my parents being such music fans, like from the time I was born, my mother was listening to like John Lennon and Johnny Cash and opera stuff, John McCormick, things like that, and they were both into musicals like Fiddler on the Roof and that kind of stuff. They would bring us to those or we'd watch them on telly, and like those were a huge influence on me, and Barbra Streisand and things like that. And then there came along, I remember very young, a TV show that Mark Bolan used to do every week, and he had David Bowie on it, and David Bowie was a huge influence, a very unusual character in that, and I would have been maybe 7 or so at that point. And then when I was 11, my brother Joseph came home with a copy of Slow Train Coming, that Bob Dylan album, which was the first time I'd ever heard anyone kind of mixing up sexuality and spirituality and rock and roll kind of all in one big pot, you know. And that made me decide immediately I wanted to be a singer and do all that. And then when I was, I think about 15, 14, going on 15, I put an ad in Hot Press one summer and said, singer looking for a gig, you know, looking to join a band. And I went around Dublin and did auditions for all these different bands, and I ended up joining with a guy called Colin Farrelly, and he had a band called Tom Tom McCoot with Kevin O'Byrne and myself and some other people. So I joined them, and that was in the summer holidays, and then I went back to school to do 5th year, sorry, that was in between 5th year and 6th year in the summer between those 2 years, and then I went back to school supposedly to do 6th year, which would have been a miserable failure anyway, because all I wanted to do was sing, and I was busking all over town with a friend of mine called Jeremy Maber.